Good morning. I am Pam Fox. Thanks for watching my channel. So this morning I'm not doing a mukbang, I'm doing a smoothie. That's not very pretty, is it? So in the blender this morning were 3 cups of water, 2 bananas, a cup of frozen blueberries, and a scoop of protein powder. So we were at Whole Foods this weekend, and there was a salesperson there at the door as we were leaving, and my husband wanted to stop and get a sample, and I was just kind of like, do-de-do-de-do, we're not buying protein powder. I don't need protein powder, right? Because I get plenty of protein from the foods that I eat. We don't need as much protein as they tell us we need. So I get more than enough protein just from the plants that I eat. I don't feel like I need to supplement with protein. So I'm thinking to myself, we're not going to buy protein powder. Jen was like, wow, that's really tasty. Taste this. So I tasted it, and it was really good. And of course, it was a plant-based protein powder. And so I said, well, I'll try they had a chocolate one that he was trying, and then they had a green one. I said, I'll try the green one. I tried it, and it was really tasty too. And so I ended up buying it for 2 reasons. One, it was 40% off, and I think it came to, I should have grabbed the bottle. It's a big bottle. It came to $38. This was on Sunday, so if you want to go down to Whole Foods and check it out. I've priced, and the reason I bought it was because it's a protein powder, but it's a green powder. So it's got like 6 servings of greens in it per scoop. And I don't eat enough greens. Like, I know that that's one of the most important things that we can do for our bodies is eat lots and lots of greens. And I don't eat lots and lots of greens. You would think I would since I'm vegan, but I don't. I do eat more in the summer, but I know that I don't get in enough, and I'm always saying I need to figure out a way to get in more greens. And I bought the green powders, like the green vegetable powders. Oh, they're not very tasty, and they're so expensive. They're so expensive, and this was originally, I think, $60 some, and I paid $38 for it. So that's a good deal. So I thought, well, this will be a way I can get in more greens. I'll just have an occasional smoothie, and that's that. So that's going to be my breakfast this morning. Today I thought I'd talk about hair. I want to talk about hair because for me, my whole life, like, my hair has been kind of one of my strengths, one of my assets. I've always had really, really good hair. And then about maybe 10 to 15 years ago, my hair started getting very dry, very coarse, brittle, frizzy, limp. I didn't have the volume. I didn't have the thickness anymore. Thin. I started to get really thin. I always have really, really, really thick hair. So, and I just kind of, oh well, kind of went with it. And about 3 years ago, I heard of this, No-poo, which a lot of you have heard of it. If you haven't, just Google it or look it up on YouTube. But it's basically you stop washing your hair, and instead, you still wash it, but you wash it with a baking soda and water solution, and then you condition it with an apple cider vinegar and water solution. And the idea is that our hair becomes so stripped of its natural oils from all the, shampoos and basically chemicals that we put on it, whether you're coloring your hair, treating your hair, or washing your hair, or whatever. It strips all those natural oils, and so then your scalp then thinks it has to produce more oil and more oil and more oil to overcompensate for that. And so it does. But the hair still, becomes, all of the symptoms that I listed before. So, so I wanted to try this and see if it would help my hair. And it's a really, really, it's not a fun process to go through because as soon as you stop washing your hair, you got to remember your hair is used to being, washed every single day. And I was washing my hair sometimes. It wasn't uncommon for me to wash it twice a day because it was so greasy. And I had really bad dandruff. I've had bad dandruff my whole life since I hit puberty. And I think I'm going to do another video on that and talk just about that. Because I have good news on that front as well, even though, anyway, I want to try to stay on topic this morning. So, so I decided to try the No-poo, even though I knew that it was going to take, some people say a couple weeks, some people say 3 weeks, some people say even longer, to go through this transition. So what happens is as soon as you stop washing your hair, because remember, your scalp is producing oil at a really fast rate because that's what it's used to, because it's used to the oil being cleaned off and stripped off every day. So as soon as you stop washing your hair just becomes this oily, moppy mess. And the texture of your hair changes. It becomes just, it's really strange. You go through this very severe transition. It's really a shock to your system. And so, hi kitty. All our neighbors' cats come in our yard. I don't feed them. I don't know why. But they all come in our yard. So anyway, I knew this was going to happen, and boy, did it ever. And for me, it took a little over a month to go through that transition, where my hair, finally calmed down and went back to normal and stopped being oily. So I wore a lot of hats and a lot of scarves, but a lot of ponytails. It was a mess. It was a mess. So, maybe this is something you can try, maybe it's not. My daughter ended up doing it shortly after that, and she went through the same horrible mess, but you eventually get to a spot where your hair stops producing all of this excess oil, and then you have softer hair with more, for whatever reason, it had more volume. I haven't regained really the thickness that I once had, but a lot of the coarseness and the dryness went away. It's still not where I want it to be, and it's been 3 years. So I'm still working on that. It's still not as soft as I would like it to be. It still gets, kind of frizzy up top. So, I'm working on that. But overall, I'm very happy with the process, and my hair is definitely much healthier. Of course, I'm vegan now. That has probably added to, the improved health of my hair. But this was before I even went vegan, and I definitely noticed a significant improvement in my hair. But the best part was, I no longer felt like I was a slave to my own hair. So, like I said before, I had to wash my hair every day because it got oily, sometimes twice a day. So you're talking, a shower, a blow dry, a style every single day. And you just feel like a slave to your hair. You've got to get up early enough to take, to wash your hair, to blow dry your hair, and to do all these things. And there was no getting around it. You had to do it, or you're going to go to work with, greasy hair. And so giving up washing my hair, now my regime is that I probably wash my hair, and I don't even use the baking soda anymore because probably 6 months into that regime, I noticed my hair started to get frizzy again. And my daughter suggested that it was because of the baking soda. So we just eliminated the baking soda, and I basically just wash with the vinegar, apple cider vinegar, and water solution. So I have it in a spray bottle. I get in the shower, I wet my hair, I spray down my hair, rinse it out, I'm done. And I probably do that 2 times a week, and that's it. And I usually take my showers in the evening, so I don't even have to blow dry my hair, which I know that has probably contributed to the health of my hair, that I rarely blow dry. So that's what I do. I wash with apple cider vinegar 1 to 2 times a week, and pretty much that's it. Now, occasionally I will wash with a shampoo. I just make sure it's an organic, vegan, cruelty-free, sulfate-free, these kinds of things, shampoo. And the reason I do that is because occasionally I'll do a hair mask with oils in it. And so then you have to use shampoo to get those oils out. And that's it. That's it. And so I'm really pleased with the health of my hair. Now, you'll see I do have these white and gray, whatever you call them, lovelies. My hair started turning gray. I started noticing gray hairs around my temples when I was 30 years old. And so I just started coloring my hair. And I would just do, a store-bought Clairol treatment. And I would just color my whole head. And I started doing that, when I was 30, and I'm 46 now. So almost 15 years of coloring my hair every 2 to 3 months. That didn't help, I'm sure, with the health of my hair, all those chemicals. And I tried going to the salons and having it done occasionally, just I think twice, because I thought maybe it would look even better if I did that, and it didn't look any different than when I would do a bottle treatment. So that's just what I did for almost 15 years. And I decided to, I first switched to henna, and I didn't care for the color because it made my hair turn bright orange, even though I was following the instructions to reduce the amount of bright orangeness that it causes. Cat's just staring right at me. You're distracting me, kitty. So I switched to the henna, and I didn't care for that, and so then I just stopped coloring altogether. And this has been about almost 2 years of growth, and it's really just around my hairline for me, So it's taking a lot of getting used to, but hopefully I'm going to stick with it, because I really don't want to put the chemicals on my head unless something more, I've looked in to see what there is available, and really henna is the only thing I can find that's, safe and natural, and, as far as I'm concerned, for coloring the hair. So if you know of anything out there, post it in the comments below. If you're using something that you're really happy with, that's natural, that's not chemicals and not henna, I'd like to know. So yeah, so that's it. I'm going to get going. I think that's all I have to say for today about my hair. So I will be doing a video about the dandruff. And how the one thing that I finally found that is controlling my dandruff. We'll see if it cures my dandruff. They say there is no such thing as a cure for dandruff, so we shall see. I'm going to give it time before I actually do a video, and then I'm going to stop using the treatment and see if it just comes back full force. But for now, what I'm using on my hair is managing my dandruff. It took my symptoms away instantly and has kept them away, although I'm treating it every day. So stay tuned for that. I'll probably do that tomorrow. All right. Thank you so much for watching.